Good morning. Good morning. I bet you forgot, or maybe you thought I forgot, that this morning was Facebook Live time. Well, just because it's a holiday doesn't mean that I'm going to forget that it's time to do the business. Okay, let's see. What's on my screen here that's annoying me? How about more light? Whoops. More light. There we go. Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 11. I think it's day 11. Keep me on track if it's not. Okay, so this is the last day in May, or last Monday in May, sorry. And Memorial Day, all that kind of good stuff. So make sure that you say thank you for your service to our servicemen and women who risk their lives every day to keep us safe and sound. All right, so I have my notes here off to my left, probably your right. So I'm just going to go ahead and go hit it. So last Monday in May, and it's time for us to check in about our intentions. Now, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier in some other post. I think I did. But my intention that I made with myself for May was to finish my projects. And I'm talking about like business-related projects. So I finished a number of those, and I'll just list out a couple of them here. I made the header on my webpage. I've made 2 blog posts per week on a pretty regular basis, sometimes 3, depending on how busy I've been. I've done a Facebook Live every single morning with my little challenge with myself. I've also done them on Wednesday evenings, which will continue, of course, as always. I signed up for some business coaching with a wonderful lady, Melissa Griffin. That's MELYSSAGRIFFIN.com. She does some business type classes, and I'm in her blog to Biz Hive class right now. And she also has a podcast that she does. I think it's weekly, or maybe it's every couple of weeks. But anyway, binge away, great stuff. Anyway, so I signed up for that, and I also became a business member, or a member of some business related Facebook pages that I'm getting some assistance with, some entrepreneurial women type places that I've decided to get in contact with. So today, the Facebook Live for this morning, besides my intention, now the first Friday in June, we'll be doing intention setting as well for June. And I already have mine all made up. So think about what yours might be. Your intention for the month is kind of like a thing you're going to focus on for the month. So let's say, for example, that you wanted to get up earlier, or, something like that. And so that might be your intention for the month. It doesn't have to be anything enormous. It can just be something something that you feel like you need to fix. Okay, so being present in relationships is only 3 tips, so this isn't going to take very long. Honestly, this is a topic that I struggle with a lot. My partner asks me at least once a week to be present with her, and as much as I would like to be, to show up without electronics and spend time that's just with her, I find the chatter in my head about this project and that project and everything else that I've got going on that swirls around in my brain too much. And sometimes I end up failing miserably when all I want to do is make her happy. But I am doing this post today as much for my own benefit as yours. So anyway, I'm going to give you 3 tips for being more present in your relationship. And these are things that I'm actively working on myself right now. Okay, so book out non-negotiable time where you are willing to completely be without your electronics. Your phone, your computer, whatever it is, your tablet, you go ahead, book out special time where you're willing to, to not have them around or on. For me, this looks like doing my work earlier in the day and then turning off my electronics completely, not just, putting them down, but actually shutting them totally off before I ever go into the house. That's like my phones and whatever. I come home from work and I shut them off when I'm in the car, or I need to. I mean, I haven't been doing that, but this is what I'm planning on doing before I ever even go into the house. I might even lock them up in the car overnight so I'm not tempted. Although, honestly, I don't really recommend this because what if your car got broken into and then, your phone's gone or your computer's gone? But you could lock your stuff up in your house, like in a drawer, or maybe not locked up, but, like put away somewhere for it's a big decision to have to go back and turn stuff back on again. So anyway, I vow to make non-tech time a sacred thing in my house and in my relationship, and take that time to bond with my partner and show her that she is the most important thing in my life. During these times, I will not multitask. Truthfully, and despite what anybody thinks or will tell you, our brains just really don't work that way. We may think that we're able to do things more than at one time, and we may even do more than one thing at a time, but no task or conversation is ever as effective as when we give it our entire attention. And I know people have a really hard time admitting this, but it's the way our brains work. We cannot honestly give more than one thing our complete attention. Then that's just the way it is. These techniques only work, although, if your partner will do the same, if your partner also has it where they will also put away their electronics and this sort of thing, you can't just do it all on your own and expect things to be different. They have to also be willing to do this. So you must communicate with your partner and work out a schedule of no tech time that works for both of you. Because I know when I come home, sometimes I feel like I really need to put in some extra time, like either on my schoolwork or I need to put in some time on my website or whatever. And so this isn't going to be every single night of the week, it's just not realistic. So my partner and I have been talking about, a time where non-tech time works for us both. Okay, so practice active listening and eye contact. If we are actually looking at our partner when they're talking to us, it is hard to not be present. But seriously, eye contact does tend to focus us in on who and what is important in the equation. Active listening also requires us to focus on one another. These are basics of communication, and your partner, let your partner know that you're there for them and that you're really interested in what they have to say, because then they feel heard and validated, and chances are pretty likely that unless they're a total panty waste, they'll do the same thing for you. Okay, so number 3 is really tuning into your body. And this is a really important one that I think a lot of people they don't do it. Maybe they don't even know how to do it. Maybe autopilot has taken over your life and everything's just a routine. Get up in the morning, you let the dog outside, you put down some dog and cat food, grab a cup of Joe, and then you're off in the car and you're out on the road, somebody you wait in the bathroom, take a shower, whatever, all these things. You're just doing everything on autopilot. But once you get to work, you realize that you're wearing 2 different shoes. Although you don't discover this until it's noon and you look down wearily, wondering if this is all that your life is ever going to be. Well, yes, this is this is all that your life will ever be if you don't tune in to make some changes. The first step in life, so that your life doesn't shrivel up and blow away like a tumbleweed, is to tune in and pay attention to what your body is telling you. You may be getting to work on time, but you're falling asleep at your desk and probably feel about as inspired as a carrot at the bottom of the bin. I know very well what this feels like, and it's not a good feeling at all. As you shower, take time to feel the water running down your back. Notice the pearly shampoo in your hand. Sniff in its fragrance and recall memories associated with the smell. Or expand your mind with a podcast or a favorite music while you're in your car commuting. Feel yourself in the music. Look in the mirror and make kissy faces at yourself. Now, you do. Everybody does it, right? Try to see if the person next door is looking at you, We all do it. Be thankful for the sun that's coming through your windshield. Open your sunroof if you have one and feel it on your face. Be mindful of every single thing coming into you through your senses. By doing this, you can choose what to pay attention to rather than allowing autopilot to dictate your life. As I always say, our relationships are our most important asset. Show up and give it your best every day, because your loved ones really deserve that. Okay, so that is my post for today. Now remember, and I don't know how anybody could possibly forget, if you're looking at my web pages and the group page at all, you will have noticed that I'm starting to advertise for my free e-course that's coming in June. Now, I've spent about 100 hours putting this together because I really feel that it's important to give people value and give them something that is worth having. So I will say, though, this is the only time this is ever going to be free. Honestly, I'm going to be using it later on for some paid products, and so this is the only time I'm going to be giving this away for free. So check out my little advertisements or little blurps that I have on the page, on the Facebook group page, and go to my website and sign up for it if you want to be part of it. My webinar podcast, that's not a podcast, what am I saying? It's an 8-day mini training, really, on finding your happiness now. And I think it's kind of a lot of fun. It is made up out of, I introduce some theory. I have some skills that I'm going to be introducing in there. And there'll be a meditation every day that's assigned. And sometimes there's like a group work, like a worksheet that'll be assigned, and everything will be up on my website. Actually, everything is already up on the website besides the videos. I need to make the videos for it. But other than that, it's almost all ready to go, and I'd like each and every one of you to come and have some fun, learn something new. It's all free, no pitches for anything for sale. I swear to God, the whole thing is totally free. And anyway, so I hope that kind of whets your appetite a little bit. Everybody that comes and registers ahead of time, ahead of class starting, will also receive a free gift of the Ultimate Date Night Guide. And I don't know whether you can hear it or not, but my dog Ziggy is running around and making little sounds, and it's super cute and hard not to laugh right now. So anyway, yeah, that's it. So have a blessed Monday, and I'll see you all again tomorrow for, I think it's day 12. I'm getting lost here. Okay, bye-bye.